maybe. But now I got two now I got two screens of the crap. Oh my gosh. So, all right. Yeah. Looks like it's too. Looks like the light is too bright on that one, but on this one it looks all right. So I'm not sure. Hello, hello. Mic check, mic check. Hey guys, welcome. Let's do a little talk. Let's do a little talking on fish rooms and planning. Um, that's something I should have done. I actually should have sat down and planned everything before I really went head over heels and started purchasing tanks. But that's not what I did. In fact, I kind of went stupid, and here we are. And not only that, it's not like I learned my lesson or anything like that. So I just keep buying tanks. I keep adding. And now I ran out of room. And now I'm trying to plan. Um, Now I'm trying to plan, you know, how to better, I guess, how to better um, design my room. I guess that's a correct, maybe that's a correct term that I'm looking for. I don't think it is. But what I really should have done in the beginning, instead of purchasing tanks and then setting the tanks up, watching key people do key videos about their fish room, I should have started with that, right? That's what I should have started with. Um, I should have looked at. I should have looked at. I guess the big guys. I don't. The guys that I've been looking at for now the past few weeks, and seeing how they've set their room up, and now that I've gone back and built this rack, that's how I should have started. Um, I should have bought a few tank. Well, actually, what I should have done is not buy any tanks. I should have built stands, got the stands set. I should have got the stands set up where I wanted them, and then that way I could have better better plan for a drain, better plan for a auto water change system, and now having to do that with tanks running and fish, it's a bigger pain in the butt, right? It can be done, sure. I mean, I'm doing it now. It's just, it's kind of, it's a painstaking or a pain, whatever. It's, uh, it's more a pain in the butt to do it this way than it would have been in the beginning, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But now that thinking about I'm thinking about how I could better help someone in my situation. Um, and I think the way I could do that is film most of everything that I do from here on. Like I said, I didn't film building this stand and basically putting the tanks together. What I need to do is, um, I think basically what I need to do is find a better way to film, make videos, because the way I'm doing it is not working out very well. So I need to do that. And then let me see, once I get, once I figure out how to better make my videos, I can produce better content, because I get so frustrated with how I'm doing it now, and um, it's discouraging, right? It's discouraging. That makes me want to stop. Not because of the content that um, I'm trying to create, or not having content to create. It's having the equipment to do it, and do it in a way that doesn't make me want to just throw things and scream. So once I figure that out, and I've got a couple cameras, and I've got an idea for another camera, I just don't know. I don't know how to, not really how to do it. I mean, it's taking a video, right? That's not hard. But if I'm not creating content that I enjoy, the process of making, then it's kind of hard to carry on. I mean, I don't. Um, Learning about fish and that sort of thing is kind of what I'm focusing more on. But I think equipment is something that I overlooked in the beginning. Uh, I've got the stuff to do it. I just got to figure it out, right? Um, Now, I'm going to make a run to the store here after a little bit. I'm going to get wood. Um, I'm going to sit down, and what I'm going to do back here is I'm either going to set up like a display with, I've got 320 longs, right? I've got 320 longs, and what I plan on doing is kind of setting that up as a display. Um, same height as these tins here. So I want it uniform all the way around the room. So I'm going to have 20 long, 20 long, and possibly 20 long. I didn't really want to go 3 high in the beginning. I wanted to keep that as a space that I could grow into if I needed, but because of because of the 20 longs, um, I'll go 3 high on them because I've got 3. Hello. And then the 20 talls, I can't hear you very well at all. Well, crap. I don't really know. Why is that? Let me make some changes, I guess. I'm trying, it's basically what I'm doing is trying this microphone out. So, should I get just closer to the microphone? No, that's not going to work. I could turn it up, but I think it's going to catch a lot of background noise. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello. I have 20. I've got 20 tanks so far. And what I plan to do, is that any better? Maybe I should turn it up. Let me. Crap. I should have had all this set. I thought I had all this set up. And that's why I kind of wanted to try this microphone out. So, I put earbuds in? Really? Jesus Christ. This is on. Yeah. I got my mic on. Yeah, it is. It is and it's not, right? That's kind of what I was just talking about was I shouldn't have jumped like head into it. I should have sat back and done more of a thought process. Because now I'm into trying to set up a automatic water change system, and then yeah, I can see what's going on with the mic now. Hello, hello, hello. Nope, that's not it. Anyway, I can. That's the problem. Let me disable. Hello, hello, hello. Is that any better? I think I had the wrong mic on. I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Anyway, what I needed to do was sit down and think this process out. Now, more than that was what I should have done was watch a few videos from some of these other guys that have built fish rooms before, and yeah. Hey, Maple Street, how are you? So that's kind of what I'm doing now is I've set up 20 tanks, and now I'm trying to go back to the starting board and, you know, do that. But I don't think this thing is still... Is this... Can you guys hear me at all? Or better? Or not? This is going to make me mad. It's not, I shouldn't say that. Yes, it is. That's me, but I should have planned for this better. I should plan for a lot of things better, but I don't. Can you tell? Jesus. That's me. I mean, I don't. I get something in my head and I jump straight on it. You know, I mean, I can't sit back and I can't sit back and patience. I have none. I don't have any at all. So, but basically what I want to do, and to heck with it. Maybe it'll be okay. But anyway, what I want to do is I've got a rack of tins right here. I've got 8 tins. Um, I'm going to pick up some wood here in a little while. I just wanted to try this out and then get my thoughts out. So what I want to do is I'm either going to put 20 longs right here beside the tins, or I'm going to put a rack of the 20 talls. Um, now I don't know which. Well, I don't know which will go where. For the most part, but what kind of fish? I've I'm keeping a lot of. I'm keeping a lot of. Well, I say a lot. I've got a lot of severums right now. I've got 2 green severums. I've got 4 gold severums. I've got red shoulder severums. I'm growing them out. That they come in and they were super small. They were like a quarter, maybe about the size of a quarter. Now they're about the size of maybe like a 50-cent piece. Some of them. So I've just started kind of getting into angels. But where I'm at, they're kind of hard to, like, I'm not saying they're hard to find. You can find angels. But I really like the Philippine blue. I talked about this last time too, and I couldn't, and it's escaped me again. But crap. Anyway, I like those. I actually picked up 2 angels from a LFS. They called them Philippine blue, but I don't think they are. But I liked them, so I didn't really care. I've got some Plecos, just basic bristlenose. I've got a couple of standard bristlenose. I've got a couple of albino bristlenose, and I cannot seem to, like, I have breeder boxes. I've got what do you call it, the egg bubbler, egg tumblers, and I have had no luck with not breeding the bristlenose, but I guess raising the fry. Veil tails or regular angels? Yes. I don't. The two that I picked up were in pretty bad shape. One. I'm trying to watch what I say because I can get pretty upset about certain things that I see, especially in and around where I live in the LFSs that are local. So I wanted to purchase 2. I did. When I guess I was looking at some other fish, the guy, I guess, slipped one in on me and double bagged it. And when I got home, one of the angels looked like it had some fin rot. So I was a little upset at that, but I'm kind of glad in a way that I got that fish because it's actually doing really good, and it started to, I guess it's kind of started to grow its fins and everything back. So um, I'm keeping a good eye on it, on both of them, of course, but really on that one in particular. They are eating really well, and I'm kind of I'm kind of glad in a sense now. I know it's a hard question when you keep a lot of yeah, yeah, it is, but it's my, I guess it's my personality too, um, because when I start something, like I go all in. uh, I, yeah, and that's not a good that's not a good personality trait. I know, but it is what it is. What's up, Fish Tropic? How you doing, buddy? Why did it do that? Weird. Anyway, um, crap. What was I even saying? Yeah. When I see something, I just like I'm trying to keep myself from doing that. I've got guppies. Um, I've got electric blue acaras as well. I fell in love with those. I went to another um, LFS that was around, and he was keeping two in a pretty good sized tank, and they were like they were breeding like crazy. They had three or four. Um, I don't even know what you call that. Like generations of fry. Hey, hey. I know English, I swear. Um, and I love the colors. So I picked up a couple of the Acaras, and they're doing really well. Um, I think they're young. So I think they're young. Hello. They are young, so I don't think that they have figured out how to raise their fry. Uh, and with saying that, I have picked up another breeder box or fry box, whatever you want to call it, and I've got it on that tank. So if they have fry again, I will scoop up what I can and put into the box and keep them there. Um, Jesus, I have lost. Um, Maple, let me go back up. You asked if they were Veltails or regular. I guess that was the explanation that I was waiting for. Was the two angels that I picked up were kind of in bad shape, and they're doing really well. Um, now that I got them home, so I guess they might be regular. But until they actually grow their fins back, I won't know for sure. I guess I'm not an angel extraordinaire, though. I mean, I am an angel. I'm talking about angel fish. Yeah, yeah. Um, Pleco fry are pretty delicate. They really are. I at one time I probably had 50 or 60 in the breeder box, and I should have left them in the breeder box for another while, I guess, but I didn't. And when I moved them into their own tank, uh, they didn't survive. So I probably should have waited. I'm trying to move some stuff around so I can better see stuff. So what I should have done was waited and let them grow up in the tank, in the breeder box, and then move them into a tank. I never know how to answer Bill, here I just walk around. Yeah. I'm trying to focus more into like a certain couple species instead of going absolutely bonkers and getting everything that I like. That's hard to do though, especially when you're crazy. You're not the type to test the water. You just jump in full cannibal. Pretty much. Pretty much. Yes. I would agree. Good seeing a fishy person live on, so I wanted to stop in and show support. I really appreciated Aquaness. Aquaticness. English. I love it. We've got some wild Acaras. Really. I haven't gotten into the... I haven't really gotten into the wild strains of fish. I've kind of just got back into the fish thing. After not keeping... well, I won't say I didn't keep fish for a long time. I kept a reef tank for a long time, and now I'm back into the freshwater thing. What's going on with those fish tanks? Bro. Disappointed, and breaks have been taken. So, hello, fishy people. Full Moon Aquatics, how are you? But what makes it most difficult is, the planning. I didn't do any planning. And now that I'm trying to go back and figure the stuff out, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to do, but I did something yesterday. Should I show you? Let me think about that. Because I haven't put up a video in a long time. Okay. I only get 2 weeks to do stuff, right? Because I go and work for 2 weeks. I do a 14 and 14 schedule. So I kind of disappear for 2 weeks because of that. And, I mean, if I could quit, if I could quit tomorrow and sit here and play with fish and make videos, believe me, I would. Kev C, what's up, big dog? But I'm not, and I can't, and I guess my dreams of making YouTube royalty will just take me longer. Yeah. Anyway, but I set up a tank last night, and I've got plans for it. And I'm thinking I will like continuously like video update that. What is wrong? Did you know that English was my primary language? Like, I am actually from the United States, so like I can speak it. It's just hard. While you have someone helping you with your fish. Do I have? Yeah, I do. My son, he is in college now. First year. Woohoo! And although I have threatened him multiple times of kicking him out of my house because he is a grown man now, he will not listen. But he takes care of my fish, and all that. The only thing that I don't do during those 2 weeks is water changes, um, and that you know you know some people will say, "Oh my God, I can't believe you don't do weekly water changes." Or I haven't had a problem with it. I don't like overstock tanks so much, and I have a ton and a half of snails in all of my tanks, so they do pretty good. Sounds like I need coffee. I have had 2 large cups this morning. Um, it's just it's coffee doesn't help crazy. Anyway, um, I mean with your schedule, yeah, exactly. So yes, he feeds all of my fish tanks for me and does what he can. And whenever he has questions, yeah, I mean I can be reached fairly easy. It's just he does ask a whole lot of questions. He spends a lot of time in here with me, and I can count on him pretty well. So that's how I can get by with leaving my fish tanks for 14 days. Yeah, kind of sucks. Ness helps me with my fish. Well, that's cool. It's hard to be on a live stream though, so understand. It's not that I don't have a problem like expressing myself. I actually used to live stream a lot on another platform, but I was playing video games. Yeah, I know I'm old, but I still play video games, so get over it. Um, I use plant eggs. Yes, all of my tanks have um, crap tons of plants, and I think that's how I get away with, my water changes. But with that being said, I am in the process of making an auto water change system. See, I got that one out. Boom. Loving it. So 2 weeks with water changes ain't no big deal. Yeah. Well, some people. I mean, I think it's okay. A lot of people think it's okay. Some people, you know, they don't. So, but I mean, this people's opinions, and what works for them works for them, and what works for me works for me. Have I had problems? Yes, but I don't think it's water changes. I think it's impatience and impatience. A little bit of stupidity in there. I didn't do what research I needed to do before I did it, but it's all good. Without plants, have fun doing water change. Yeah, exactly. Uh, hey, Susan. Lurking water changes. Yep. Uh, yep. Still do that all the time. Water change schedules are subjective. Yeah. I yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things. It's like I've seen some people do no water changes ever, and they're they grow everything and reproduce everything. And some people, do water changes twice a week and have the same outcome. I don't know. I guess it's luck of the draw. I mean, water changes don't hurt, but not doing water changes might hurt. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. Yes, I do help you, Maple Street, and my pay is showing off your hard work on my channel. Yep, that's awesome. Audio is real low. What the deuce? I don't know how to change that. Like, I have messed with stuff, but I don't know why. Maybe it's because I have to get up in the mic. I don't know. I don't know. I can turn like the stuff up, but I think we might have reverb. I gotta mess with this stupid microphone. Oh my lord! And did I ever tell you I hate Windows 10? Still, okay. Let me. Is that any better? I mean, I can keep going. Hello, 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 hello. Testing, testing, testing. I don't want to test it too hot. You know what I'm saying? Let me. Hello, hello, hello. Is that any better? Oh. I don't know. Yup. Okay, it is better. I mean, I can turn it up more. I don't know how that's going to... Okay, good. All right. All right, cool. Where was I? It's louder. All right, good. Like I said, I just got this mic. Actually, when I got home Tuesday, I set it up Tuesday, and I haven't used it. So this will be the first time. This will be the first time I actually used the mic. Okay. Susan is Batwoman. Good morning, Susan. And I am Batman. I am Batman. Na. Call sign. Remember to smash that like button. You have a audio system would be. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying. That's what I'm kind of trying to do right now. Is kind of up my game on the audio and the video side, because what I'm doing right now is not working for the video. It does when it works. And I love my iPhone, and it takes fantastical videos. But for whatever reason, a lot of the times I cannot download the video onto my computer, put it in the editing software. I have threatened my phone a few times. But it still acts up on me. Now, with that being said, I have been looking at a few items on Amazon, and we'll see. Well, I don't... Okay, I'm a really, really cheap person. Like, I can spend money on somebody else. I cannot spend money on myself. I don't know why, but I've never been able to do that. So, like this microphone. I read a whole lot of reviews, and watched like unboxings and reviews on YouTube about it, and ended up going with it. So hopefully it works out. Hopefully whenever I tweak it, it'll be well worth, not cheap, but thrifty. Well, I'm glad. I'm not thrifty. I am cheap. Oh my God, cheap. But we'll call it thrifty. I paid $40. And I didn't even pay $40 for this mic. It was like $37. It's a Tonar Pro XLR mic. It actually comes with a power supply, mic stand, mic arm, pop filter, and this fuzzy cover thing. I don't know, but if I can tweak it, I think it'll be really good. And for us kind of folk that would like to spend it on a fish tank rather than a microphone, I think maybe after I test it, maybe after I do some tweaking on it and stuff like that, I'll like do a product not showcase, because I mean you can find it all over YouTube. Windscreen. Oh, is that the little fuzzy thing? I don't know. But anyway, I guess getting back to the fish thing, Fish Tropic said your fish would never get sick from laziness. And that is like that's like my plan for this auto water change. Like, I know you still have to like gravel vac and stuff. Not really gravel vac. Yeah, gravel vac and sift the sand and whatnot like that, if that's a thing. That sounded good in my head, but after I said it, it didn't. Anywho, like, I know you'd have to clean the tank, but having the water exchange and like that's going to be so great after I get it finished. And of course, it's not my idea. I've gotten it from, multiple people have done multiple different things. I have like basically piecemealed it together so it would fit my needs, so let me go back up. Or having their hands in the tank. Yeah. It's all about the balance of the tank. Yeah, I agree with that. When I do water change, number one goal is not to disturb and keep my hands from getting wet. I think that is, with all like the products and everything like that, like most people use, having like the oils and I do not like to get my hands in the tank after I get the tank set up. I'm not a, I don't use a lot of products on my skins and stuff like that, but still, I don't like to contaminate the tank, especially if it's been up and going and I have no problems with it and the fish are thriving. I think, getting a handful of dirt from the bottom of the tank, I don't like putting my digis in there, okay. How's everyone doing on this wonder? Did you meant to say that, or have I messed your English up so bad that you like type how I talk? That's awesome if that happened. Sorry, Fish Tropic. How is everyone doing on this Wondering Friday? I think you said wonderful. I'm gonna say I think he said wonderful. TGIF, and that is all that matters, especially for you guys that work like a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, right? Um, ready for the weekend. Back for a few, not cheap but thrifty. Yeah, dirt cheap. Okay. All right. I'm cheap when it comes to fish tanks and substrate. Nice koi on the screen. That's actually like, if I wasn't so hairy, you could probably see it better. But that's actually the koi that I have right here. It's just like the colors are changed, right? So white doesn't really show up. It that's not correct. White doesn't stay white; it turns more yellow. So I just went ahead and did a yellow, orange, and red koi fish on my arm. But it's basically the same design. It no, it is the exact same design. The tattoo artist changed it up a little bit, but I find it funny when people do a water change and bomb the tank. It looks worse, right? And you know, I actually realized some of the tanks I haven't even taken the filters out of them in so long that I'm gonna have to do that. So, like, I need to do that bad on the 75, and then on some of the other ones as well. Uh, Bomb the tank. I'm behind in water changes. I need to get busy. Hey, Caleb Aquatics, how are you? How did you get started in the hobby? Um, Lord, that's a good question. I mean, as a kid, my parents always kept like a fish tank, like maybe a 20 tall, 10-gallon 20 tall, something like that, and guppies, easy fish, and you know once uh, once I was able to, I went and got a 55-gallon. Now I actually lived. Um, I wanted to do this when I was over there, but I didn't, just because it was kind of more expensive at the time when I was over there. I lived in Tokyo for almost, I guess, about 4.5 years, and their fish keeping is, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, you could still see it today. I know some people travel and they'll do like a store tour and stuff like that, down in Tokyo, Shinjuku, Shibuya, other places that are basically Tokyo. Uh, and they, those people are crazy, right? I mean, they are. Um, they do not do things half halfway. They do not do things halfway. If they go into it, they go into it fully, completely, and they are crazy. I can say that. I can say that. My wife is Japanese, and she's that way. Uh, and my kid is that way. So I guess he lucked out and didn't get my um, traits, a lot of my traits. But over there, at the time, I didn't have a place for a fish tank. Um, I was single at the time and living in the dorms on the base. I don't think we could keep that kind of stuff. I mean, we kind of would bend the rules, but for the most part, that kind of stuff, you couldn't do it. So, when I got back to the States, I picked up a 55 stand and all that kind of stuff, and I set it up and kept. Let me see. I started keeping something. Yeah, that's good. That's great, isn't it? But anyway, not fully understanding what I was doing. I was basically cycling tank. I was basically cycling the tank with the fish that I was killing. And I guess after a little while, a buddy of mine had convicts, and he wanted to get rid of them because they're convict cichlids, right? They're like guppies, but in the cichlid world. So I took a few, excuse me, and before I knew it, I had a 55-gallon tank full of convicts, and they were awesome. They were awesome. After that, I picked up a 135. I think it was 135 because it wasn't the normal, 125 dimensions. But I can't remember the dimension name, or the dimension name, the dimension of the tank. I know it was ginormous, and it was awesome, and it took six of us to move, and then 4 big guys after that. And I picked up African cichlids then, and that was pretty much my intro into the fish keeping was cichlids. I mean, I still love cichlids. I've angels, severums. I've gotten away from the African cichlids because I don't want a big tank yet. Okay, that is an absolute and terrible thing to say because that was a huge lie. I'm not at the place to get a large tank like that yet. Okay, that sounds better. I'm going to have to apologize and say some things later after I get off chat because that was an utter and ridiculous lie I just told. Jesus. Anyway, I got into the hobby after my other half spent near 2 months in a hospital. His tank was left alone, and I decided I needed to learn how to take care of his tank. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's all I can say about that. That's a terrible way to get into the hobby. But I'm glad that you are in the hobby. Does that like? It kind of sounds insensitive, and I can be an insensitive person sometimes. So I'm glad you're here. I hate that you had to go into the hobby that way though, or enter the hobby in those circumstances. It is a great hobby though, isn't it? It's a friggin' fantastic hobby. It's addictive. It's worse than like. Well, I've never. It's a drug all to itself, right? Because there's always something. There's always a new tank. You can always free up a spot somewhere. Like, who needs a couch? Get rid of that thing. Let's put a fish tank there. 5 years now. I have 8 tanks and love the hobby. Wow. You've been into it for 5 years and you only have 8 tanks? You're awesome. I mean, really you are. I'm not being sarcastic at all. When I started the fish corner, I started with a 20 tall. And when let me see, like a month later, I had 4 more I want to say 6 months. And within 6 months, I probably had 10, and now I've got 20. So, okay, I've got 20 set up. Don't call me a liar. Okay, yeah, I've got I've got 21 set up, I think, and I've got 3 more in the back of the room that's waiting for water. They keep screaming at me. I know. I'll get to you later. Jesus. More fish, more tanks. More fish, more tanks, more time, more water. But it's so awesome. 1 bedroom apartment. Not a lot of room here. We have a few that we haven't set up. That is the only reason why it took me. Like that is the only reason why I had one um, reef tank set up. Is I was in an apartment and I was on the 3rd floor. So, and for the life of me, well, I know why I did it, because it was a reef tank, and I would lug. Let me see. I would lug probably 20 gallons up 3 flights of stairs at least once a month, if not twice a month, for water changes and the auto top off system that I had running. Yeah, that sucked bad. So I can feel you on that one. Shoot, 8 tanks in an apartment. Whew. Good Lord, that's a lot. Now I see. 5 years and I have 16 tanks and 3 ponds. Susan, how are you? Your ponds are awesome, though. You know what I mean? Like, your ponds are awesome. Um, it's funny. I mean, it's not funny. Um, I want a pond, but I can't have a pond. It's a family thing. Like my wife's family. How do I explain that? I don't know how to explain that. Like, they have bad juju in the ponds. I think there was like 2 of their family members uh, died in the ponds in their yard. So it's like it's a bad omen. Holy! I swear I can speak English. I promise I can. Anyway, so we can't have them. Like, it's against the family rules. And so I respect that. Yeah, kinda. I think they mostly happened. I think 1 or 2 deaths was during like the time of the, you know, swords and crap like that, and maybe like one of the family like was stabbed or something and they fell into the pond, and I think another one might have like had a heart attack or something like that and landed in the pond. So it's like they don't like the, you know, when you're that old of a society and somebody says, yeah, that's a bad omen, we don't do that, so you go, oh, okay, I can deal with that. Yeah. Mine are on the porch. Yeah, but I mean, still though, yours are the way yours is set up, and then um, Q. I mean, what can you say about Q Aquatics? Her pond is crazy. But I mean, her pond is like her backyard, right? But that thing is excellent. I like yours because yours is kind of simple and anybody can do it. That's the way I see it. And I do have like a tub in the backyard. I mean, you know, I did do that. My old lady was okay with that. Um, Ness is a supporter of the MTS. Yeah, I am a huge supporter of it. Uh, Man, I skip so much. Why do I do that? I'm sorry. Um, More fish, more tanks. Okay, I got that. It saved our lives researching and building that first tank together. Yeah, I'm sorry I missed that. Yeah, anything you can do, right? Anything you can do to take your mind off the terrible things that you're going through, I think that is really important. Um, and I think that's how, you know, I think that's how people get through their situations. Um, and yeah, yeah. Let me see here. We ended up taking out what? We ended up taking out the closets in the hallway and making a fish way. That that is awesome. That is awesome. That's kind of what I did here because I'm actually in the garage. Um, but how they built the garage, there was like this indention in it, and I think that's where like you can set up, like maybe a workbench or, like your deep freeze or your freezers and stuff like that. You can set it up in here and still have, your access to your full garage out here. But I took up a couple feet of that and then walled it. So I kind of got my own little nook. That's why I call it a corner because this is actually just the corner of the garage. So I dig it. And of course, fish room downstairs. That's. I wish I had. I wish I had a basement. Um, if I had a basement, my wife would probably kill me, but I would be absolutely crazy bonkers in fish right now, which I guess I kind of already am, but holy crap, if I had a whole basement to use. uh okay, Ness is a big. Okay, I read that already. I am too. I would not. I would not be a good therapist if you came to me and said, I've got a problem. I would say, okay, what should I do with that? I would go buy another tank. That's not what you want to hear, right? That is not what you. That's probably what you want to hear, but that is not what you wanted to hear. Especially if you're trying to get over your MTS. Um, okay. Okay, now we're back to the ponds. Okay, so I attempted a pond this year, and basically like a tub. I'm not going to call it a pond. I'm going to call it a tub because that's what it is. It's a 40-gallon tub that I got from Tractor Supply. And it actually did pretty good, I'm going to say, because I'll move some of the duckweed around and I see fish. So the 375-degree summer that we had, um, I can do it. I can do tubs, and I was worried about that. So I may add. Excuse me, there. I got a hair. Um, I may add to it next summer because I think that was kind of cool. Um, and what I would do is like I would add like when my plants kind of got overgrown, um, especially the hornwort and anacris, I would take a little bundle of it and go throw it in the pond. So I got a few shrimp out there as well. I don't know how they've done. Like I said, you can see a couple of them. Um, so I'm hoping everything went fine. And if I've got a few survivors, I'll be happy with that. I'm not expecting to go out there and go, holy crap, I've got 300 guppies and 750 cherry shrimp. I'm rich. I'm gonna sell all these for $1,002,000. Um, but I think it would be cool, and I think it will be cool to add to that next year. My problem is I've got to keep them up off the ground. I've got to keep them so far off the ground because my dogs get into them, drink the water and everything like that. So, and I've got Great Danes, so I've got to basically keep them. If I can get into them, they can get into them. So that's the only thing that sucks. So I may have to build me like an area, and then maybe put a fence around it. So let me see, where was I at? What about a water well? I don't know. I don't know, Tropic. I don't like to test that theory because I'm like one of the most unluckiest persons in the world. And if it was going to happen to somebody, it would happen to me. So I don't want to add to the family uh, misery. I don't know. Whatever you want to call that. We gave up our fireplace for a fish tank. That's cool. That's cool. I actually thought about doing that with our fish tank, but wife said no. So, hey, I built a fish corner. This is mine. She's got nothing to. Well, I thought that was her. But she has nothing to say. This is my space. Mine. Anyway. Um. Here is 2,000 gallons. Hers. Hers is 2,000. 2,000? Jesus. 125 gallon tub is pretty. It's big. I looked at one at Tractor Supply. Um, I also saw a couple things when I was hunting around for tubs and tubbing and stuff like that, and I may do that. I've got plans, right? But like when I go to execute those plans, they don't turn out very, very good. But I plan on doing some stuff, and then trying to film it next year. 2,000 gallons, man, that's crazy. Be right back. All right, Susan. Got 5 tanks in the Fishway old hallway. That is cool. That is cool. I think we have 23 tanks that are set up with fish without walking around and counting. outside over this summer. Outside over the summer this year, we had 2 ponds and 1 tub. How did you guys do, Aquatic Ness? How did you guys do with your outside tubs and ponds? I'm gonna have to go back and catch HC. What's going on? Um, and catch a lot of people's tubbing. I like to do it kind of all at once. Uh, kind of try to search the tubbing and watch people's successes and fails. Um, I know I messed up and I watched. I watched. Shoot. I can't believe I forgot. I didn't forget. His good Lord, I have forgotten his name. What an idiot I am. What an idiot. Jesus. Come on. Sorry. Looking because it's going to bother me. Jethro, Jesus. I watched Jethro's video a couple days ago. I shouldn't have, but I did. And he didn't do so well for the most part. I was hoping for him to, because when he did his Pleco tubs, man, I was hoping for some success out of those, and maybe do something like that next year. But I don't know. My dogs drink the water too, but then you said great day. Yeah. Yeah. There's really nothing I can do. In fact, we took her. I had to take her to the vet Wednesday. I've got 2. The female, I had to take her to the vet, and she weighed 210 pounds. And that's after being on a diet for the last year. I mean, we've gotten her, you know, we've cut back on her carbs, and we feed more of like red meat, boiled chicken, a little bit of rice, some kind of cabbage. I believe it's cabbage. It looks like cabbage. It might not be cabbage. My wife cooks that kind of stuff for them, and then with a little bit of dog food mixed in, you know. So after being, when we took her last year, she was 200 pounds. So the doctor said she might want to lose some weight, because she's, of course, a huge dog like that's going to have problems, right, with hips and knees and whatnot. So guess what? She's got a problem. I think the doctor thinks that she might have torn, I don't know, some kind of a, what do you even call that? Holy Jesus. I swear I know English. She's torn her knee. Whatever you call that. Hello? It's a tendon. Okay. Anyway, so she's probably torn a tendon, but they can't tell because she's so big. And I'm going to have to take her. They're going to have to sedate her, which I do not like at all, because she is so big, and they basically just guess. I mean, they're doctors, right? So they have to know what they're doing. Either that, or I'm going to go to jail and you'll never see me again, unless you see me on TV. But anyway, I don't like that, because they have to basically just take and wait for so many seasons. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Can you tell? Don't say nothing. Anyway, so if that happens, then they'll have to do surgery. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to that. Anyway, let's get started on something else. Great Dane, yeah. Full Moon Aquatics. We have a Catahoula cur hound. You know how many people? So the Catahoula basically looks like a Merle Great Dane, right? Or the Merle Great Dane looks like the Catahoula. However you want to say that. So, you know how many times people have stopped and go, "Holy crap, that's the biggest Catahoula I've ever seen." It's because it's not a Catahoula. Catahoulas are like 50 to 60 pounds. That's a big Catahoula. It's a huge Catahoula. My little dog, it's like 115 pounds. So, Caleb says, "Hello, all." Hey, Caleb. Yep, your dog gets drinks from the tub and pond. Yeah. 2,000's a big tub. My largest ones are 300 gallons. 300 gallons is huge in my book. The swordtails did good with their color. Is great. And some fry. The mosquito fish fry. And guppies, of course. White clouds didn't do so well. Really? So, mosquito fish, huh? Interesting. Very cool. Danes are money. I wouldn't say that. Fish tropic. Okay, well, here's the biggest reason why a Great Dane is a money pit, right? It's because you've got a dog that is the size of a grown person, and most people charge for that. Like, if you have a dog that weighs 2 pounds, pretty easy to find stuff for that dog, right? If you have a dog that weighs 200 pounds, you're basically just going to shop in a regular store for a regular person. Because if you try to buy an extra large dog shirt or sweater, or, I mean, it's like $100. But what are you supposed to do? Nobody has dogs that big. Not your normal person, right? So, yeah, that's what sucks about it. It's because, yeah, people cause that. How are your red metalheads doing? I need to take that video down because they died probably a week after I made that video. They were not in good shape. They were not. Yeah, that was my first fish that I had ever ordered off the internet. And I almost never ordered fish again because of that experience. Not good. Not good at all. I wish they did, because they looked all right in the beginning, but they were not healthy. Our Catahoula, why am I saying hoolie? Our Catahoula is 80 pounds. That's a big old hound dog right there. That's a big old hound dog. What's up, fish fan? What's up, Scottish? How you doing? How you doing? How is everyone? Hey, oh no, hi, aquaticness. Oh, sorry to hear. Yeah, my blue metalheads are pretty fragile. You know, for some reason, I don't know. Okay, let's say this. I have not had a very good experience with two fish so far. And one of the fish are certain, not all of them, certain strains of guppies have just kicked my butt. Um, and the bristlenose pleco, both normal, albino, short fin, and long fin, have kicked my butt. I am not giving up on them. I'll say that. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Uh, I have watched video after video after video after video from everyone, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Guppies, I know what I'm doing wrong with the guppies. I just can't seem to. I can't seem to get ahead on some of them, and I know that more than likely the guppies that I am buying and have bought are not in the best shape. They're not in the best health at all. And my quarantine, my quarantining process uh, was very lacking. So now, with that being said, now I am ready to. I am ready to get some guppies. I haven't bought guppies in forever. I've got one, two. God, why do I keep lying so much? Okay, no, I can keep that one. One, two, three, four, five. I've got 5 tanks of guppies, and I've tried to separate them, and I've tried to keep them separate, and I'm doing pretty good. Now, TM Aquatics, Tom at TM Aquatics, I have bought. I purchased some endlers from him, and because they are from him and he is a fantastic fish keeper, I don't have to worry about them, and I haven't had to worry about them because those guys are doing fantastical. Fantastical. Blue metalheads are pretty fragile. I love, I love the metalhead guppies. I love them. And when I found those red metalheads, they had basically a mosaic tail with the blue steel body, so they were awesome. I loved them, but they didn't last. I mean, the females, one female died like I want to say a day later. Another female died like maybe two days later. I don't know. My females died off real quick, and then my males just, basically the same thing. Man, I had guppies once. Ended up with more fish than I ever. Yeah. Um, yeah. Yeah. The thing about it is I've got a really good LFS. I've got a really good. I do not really like to. I don't like to talk about the LFS. That's S's that are around me because okay, lost my blue Moscows to dragonflies that came with plants we bought at. Really? That's a thing? I mean, I'm sure it's a thing. You just told me that. Um, wow. You know what I had? Oh, of course. I mean, I'm in Louisiana. Um, I had frogs, tadpoles. Had tadpoles. I just let them be. Uh, that's probably not a good thing to do, but I don't know. I don't. It is what it is. Cycle of life, I guess. Um, dragonfly nymphs are a pain. I have black metalhead. Really? I bet that's cool. I bet those are cool. Really cool. Uh, Dan Slee. What's going on, buddy? Can't stay. Drop the like. Have a good Friday and weekend, all. You too, bud. You too. Be careful out there. Um, I actually have pictures of the nymphs in my tank. I believe they are finally gone. Really? Now, let me ask you this, because I went to the ponds. Like, okay, I've got two things. Don't let me forget. I want to ask about the mosquito fish, but I want to say this. Um, you know you can buy those mosquito pucks or whatever, and you can drop them in your pond, and they're supposed to get rid of like they supposed to get rid of mosquito larvae and whatnot, and they're fish safe. Will that work on dragonfly nymphs? I don't know. I guess I should look. I've got them outside. Um, Frogs eat a lot of the guppies. Really? Well, I guess I don't even know why I'm surprised at that. Why wouldn't Why wouldn't they? Um, I think everything loves guppy. Yeah, I think everything loves guppy fry. You know what I'm? You know what I need to do? Like, I've got so many Rams help. I've got so many Rams horn snails. I need to get rid of some. Um, I need to go by my LFS when I go out today and see if he'll take some. That's. I'm glad you got. Oh, mosquito fish. Um, I just keep pulling the nymphs. Rachel O'Leary uses that mosquito stuff in her ponds. Really? That well, I shouldn't say really like really. I didn't know that. I think that's actually where I saw that. I think that's I'm pretty sure because I looked at a lot of um, her tubbing series from the last year or so, and then whenever she started again, um, she actually was talking about that 40-gallon tub that um, I got from Tractor Supply. So yeah, yeah, I could see that. I could see that. I'll have to look into that mosquito larvae stuff. Yeah. I'll probably. I didn't think about that, but the tab works for so many gallons. So what I would do is I would basically uh, would break it into 1/4 or fourths. English and math are my strong subjects. And drop that in there. Now I have some shrimp out there. They were basically stowaways in some of the hornwort that I threw out there, and as far as I know, they're doing all right. And that's after me doing it a couple times. There's a few big females in there that I know of, so we'll see. We'll see. I hope. I honestly, I wasn't even thinking about shrimp when I was doing it, because only thing that I knew that I had in there was some guppies. Um, and I'm pretty sure I got all the guppies out of the oh, come on, Cobra, the Cobra Guppy tank, and threw in there. So I don't know. I'll tell you what I'll do though, because I haven't posted any videos on any of it, on that tub at all. When I break it down, I will video some of it, and I'll see what I got. Oh, mosquito fish. I I'll have to look and see if I can pick up mosquito fish, but they seem pretty cool. Are they as cool as they seem? As if they were to do work on um, say mosquito larvae and mosquitoes and bugs in general, I would I would pick some up. I don't know if I could get them here though. I'd have to look and see. I'd have to look and see. Uh, Guys and gals, just general. I mean, no. Um, I'm not even going to get started with that. I don't mean anything by it. But I think I'm going to close down. It looks like I have been streaming for about an hour and a half. Jesus, I can talk a lot. Um, but I want to thank you guys for coming out and helping me out with the mic situation. Hopefully, not hopefully, I'm going to do some more testing on it before I try and make another video or do another live stream, so I can get it figured out and I'm not acting like an idiot because you can't hear me. So I am going to cut her off for now. Thank you guys for your support. I really appreciate it, as always. Thank you. Thank you very much. Fish HC, Full Moon, Aquaticness. Let me see, Scottish, Susan, Fish Ma. Thank you guys for coming out. If I have missed anybody, I am sorry. That's it. That is it. Yeah, I'll try to start doing something. Thank you guys. Later.